somebody, and I'm sure some of you can relate. If I don't have like 25 windows open, then I have no windows open, like my computer's shut down. So we had just deliberately gone through and closed everything and had it all set and ready and the presentation ready to go. And I'm getting it back that way here as I'm chattering away.
Yeah.
And so I only had a couple of windows open. And then I was, okay, I've got to open this and open this and open this to try to figure out where we were at here. So 1 second, we'll be ready to go.
Okay, yeah, I'm just responding to a couple of people here that are wondering why they can't get on. Yeah.
Chris, could you also, I posted on our Facebook page that we were having a little technical issue.
Yeah.
Could you post that we're up and running?
Okay, will do.
I get this. Going here.
Sorry, everyone, just hang tight.
Angie Bailey, it's not just you, it happens to everybody. It is all good. It's worth the wait, I promise.
So on the Nest page, you said?
On the Nest page, not in our group, yeah.
Okay.
Justina, can you see our presentation there? Awesome, thank you. I see your face right there, so I thought I'd call you out. I appreciate the thumbs up. All right, so we've got that ready, and we will be good to go. So, and if you've never hosted something like this, I know many of you probably have because you're all course creators and entrepreneurs, but it always seems challenging as to where our faces are on Zoom and where the navigation buttons are on Zoom. They always find the exact place that I need to be to click. There's always something from Zoom covering that up. So I see a few of you nodding there. So I moved those around. So Chris, I think we are ready to kick it off.
I think so. Yeah. I'm just going to edit the post. Oh, try us again, people. I'll just write it there.
Yeah. We're live. We are live.
Oh, 1,000 apologies, everyone. Not how we wanted to get this ball rolling. So, okay.
Are we recording before we start live?
We are recording. I hope everyone's okay with recording, that we're recording this, because we're going to just share it back in our private group so anyone can watch it. So, fantastic. Okay, well, welcome. And welcome to our very first webinar, first of what we hope will be many, and that will be able to provide you with lots of value and education as we move forward. So I just want to start by saying that something that we hear of probably on a daily basis are people that they're taking the courses, they're excited, they know what they're going to do, they've got their content ready, and they're ready to do their course. Oh gosh, but how do I implement it? How do I get my head around the technology? So that's what we want to discuss a little bit about. So first I'll introduce myself. I'm Chris Harley-Jessen. My background is 25-ish years in sales and marketing. Globally, I started up an international company in London, was probably my last big job. And now I'm just excited about being able to serve others, help you. It absolutely floats my boat and lights me up, helping other people succeed. And I love working with this girl who's going to introduce herself.
So my name is Adrienne Medford. I am from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where it was 60 degrees yesterday and spring is coming. So I'm very much looking forward to that. My career path has been anything but linear. I am trained as a physical therapist and still keep a current license. But what I'm most passionate about is helping entrepreneurs with their course creation, helping entrepreneurs overcome their struggles with technology. I see a lot of people who have great ideas and then they kind of fall into the analysis paralysis of not knowing where to turn, not knowing what to do to get that idea out to the world. And too often people shelve that idea then. And so Chris and I are here with forming Digital with Nest to help you break down those barriers and really get your ideas out to the world and overcome those technology struggles.
Yeah. Our ultimate goal is to keep you in your zone of genius doing what you love to do and what you do well. And we want to help you break through that barrier and start that earning. So let's get started with the little presentation that we've put together here. And so one of the, oh, I don't have remote.
It's all right. I gotcha.
You got it. Okay, fantastic. So the first thing you say to yourself after you've done all this learning and you're ready with your content and you want to start teaching people is, okay, I want to do this business online, but what do I need? Well, first you need a website. So let's look at websites and website options that are out there. Well, there's Wix, Squarespace, there's Squarespace, WordPress. Now with Wix, it's much easier to use, but it's not as customizable or flexible if you want to do special things. Okay, so it is quite limiting. It brings a lot of people in that aren't comfortable with the technology, but it's a lower level player ultimately. Okay, the likes of Squarespace, they're really working quite hard and building on quite a lot. So as a basic website, you've got a little bit more flexibility, but ultimately it's still not all yours. Okay, and then there's WordPress. Well, who here, raise your hand if you've tried WordPress. Anybody? It can be a little daunting, to say the least. To make it easier, you need to use a builder. Builders can slow things down. So in essence, you need to understand some coding. And I remember that I still have nightmares about the coding class I took in university, that I was told, oh, it'll be simple. It's just, what is a CPU? No, it wasn't. We learned Pascal and QBasic and stuff that people don't even use anymore. And I still have nightmares about it. So, but the nice thing is we've got an answer for you. Okay, Adrian.
So the next thing that you may need in doing an online business is an e-commerce site. So whether you're looking to have a physical product or a digital product, again, this is where you have the idea, you have the concept, you know the content, and you're ready to go. And then do I use Etsy? Do I use Shopify? Should I use Squarespace? Where can I set this up? And what is the best platform? And I know a lot of makers especially are using Etsy, and it has its value, but they take a significant percentage or a percentage of each sale. And so you're losing money when you're making sales and you're getting some visibility, but ultimately, if you could own that platform yourself and have your items on your own platform, you're going to do better and keep more of your profits. Shopify, again, I've built out some Shopify sites and they can be hard to understand, similar to WordPress. There's different plugins that you can use, and often the plugins cost more money. So you buy the Shopify and that's so much per month. And then you have the plugins to make the Shopify really function how you want it to. And that price goes up even more. And there's e-commerce available.
Sorry, Adrian, I was gonna say they're quite limited on customization as well, aren't they?
They are, yes. And then same with Squarespace. There's some limited customization there, and it just doesn't have kind of the robust features. And so we have another solution that we think you'll love.
So raise your hand if you want to do a blog. Does everyone know the value of a blog? So a blog allows you to get more keywords and SEO out there, get more redirects to your page. And when you have more redirects, you move up higher on the Google search. So those are important things. And if I'm saying anything that you don't understand, let me know later and we'll explain it. I would hate to say anything and leave you wondering. So just take a note and we can talk about it later as well. But the nice thing about a blog is that it's, well, one thing that Adrian and I were talking about as well, if you're on Pinterest, you can link from your Pinterest back to your blog, and that's bringing more people, more redirects to your website. So very, very effective. But your options for a blog are quite limited. There's WordSpace or WordPress and Squarespace. And Squarespace is only just brought in the blog feature now. So I haven't even had a chance to play with it or see how it works. But when you look at the WordPress blog, it's a whole other learning curve than what it is to do a WordPress website. It doesn't function the same, and you now need to get more into the back end. So it's quite intimidating, to say the least, when you're brand new to it. So, but like we keep saying, we do have a better option.
The next layer of things that you may want to consider in your online business to have success is funnels and drip campaigns. And so I don't want any of this to be over anybody's head. I know that it's a lot in technology terms, but when you're looking at funnels and drip campaigns, you're really talking about beginning to automate the business, right? So that you can have leads. We've all heard, as you're bringing leads into your funnel, maybe at the top of that funnel is where you're giving your lead magnet or freebie, something of value just in exchange for the email address itself. And then as you work somebody through the funnel, as you're developing that know, like, and trust factor with them, you're moving through maybe a low dollar offer and down into the higher dollar offers that you may have. So you could use apps like ClickFunnels, ConvertKit. You see the list there, and the bottom line with each one of these things that you'd be adding, it's like cha-ching, 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 and that's not money coming in. It's money that are apps that you have to pay for, and not only that you have to pay for, but that you have to learn. And so with each of these companies that have a very specific part of the business that you need to grow and build your business, you have to learn who those people are, what their tech support is, how they can support you. And ultimately, you need to learn how to integrate all of these different platforms together. And so through adding in your website, your funnels, drip campaigns, we've got you covered on this one also.
That's
this
great.
One's my favorite.
And so the next thing is, membership courses. You need to have a place to host your members, to host your video. If you're going to be doing your courses through video, you need a place then to host that. So again, there's another app you need to look for. Now, Kajabi mixes a couple things together, but not everything that we've covered so far. But then there's Thinkific, Member Vault, Teachable, Vimeo, OTT. And each has their plus and minuses, but the ultimate thing is every time you add on another application, you're adding on another level of cost, another level of learning curve, and that is another time frame further away from you earning money. And I think that's the biggest stumbling block, and that's why we want to share with you what we can do to help you get to the earning side of things a lot quicker. Okay.
And then last, but certainly not least, and I kind of fibbed a little bit. I guess I got a little excited when I said that courses and membership were my favorite, because they are, but I really strongly believe in the email list. And so I think that in order to really have a successful business, you need to build a list that you own. And so when you share something of value, like we talked about in that funnel, and you have your lead magnet, and you've identified your ideal client, and you've provided something of value to that person in exchange for their email address, you can really begin to build and grow your email list. And I've heard, knock on wood, it hasn't happened to me, but I've heard horror stories of people who have built up thousands of followers on Facebook or Instagram, only to have their accounts compromised, they get hacked, or Instagram or Facebook shut them down for whatever reason, and they're no longer. And so overnight, really, you could lose your whole audience. And I mean, how many of you, if you think about all of your Facebook friends, have contact information for each one of them? Myself included, I would be at a loss. So it's really important as you're working and building your business that you're building your email list and you have a direct way to communicate with somebody that's not dependent on an algorithm, that's not dependent on something that is beyond your control. And really with each of these platforms, you can have your list. Say you have a MailChimp and you want to change it over to what we're going to suggest for you. You can export that as a CSV file and import it into something else. So even though your emails are housed in one of these email list builder platforms, you still have that access to the information and you can take it with you to another platform. So whether you're using MailChimp, MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, Flowdesk, Aweber, there are a lot of different email list building options. Some are free. Some offer a free version that is kind of a lighter version than the paid version. Some offer a free trial for a certain period of time. I love Flowdesk. Flowdesk has a 30-day free trial, and then you pay. And some you pay by the size of your list. So they might kind of reel you in by giving you free. And then as your list grows, then you need to start paying. As your list grows more, then you need to start paying more. And you can really be paying a lot. And it goes back to, now we're talking a website. So you're paying a monthly for that. You're talking a funnel or drip campaign, you're paying a monthly for that. Your membership course, you're paying a monthly for that. Your email list, you're paying a monthly for that. And especially, I feel like our audience is a lot of new entrepreneurs, starting entrepreneurs. You may not have that to invest in all of these different things. And it's more than just investing the money. It's, as Chris talked about, the time, the learning curve of learning all of these different platforms, how they function, how you can get them to talk to each other. I know in helping clients, you're explaining how to use Zapier and how you can zap an email from somebody that signs up into your course to go to Flowdesk so you can send the automated email. And you need to make sure all of those things integrate in order to function and to have a functioning business. And so it can really be overwhelming, especially if you don't have an interest or a knowledge in technology. And so the platform that we're talking about has an email CRM and email list building part that is coming in April. That's going to be a robust system that's coming in April. And you can stick with something like a MailChimp or a Flowdesk and integrate with it, or you can use what is coming in the platform in April as your email list builder. But it's really critical that you're working on building that email list and owning your own data and owning your own contact information.
Yeah, this is the most critical element in the whole thing when you think about it, because you can always recreate a website. You can recreate funnels, those kind of things you can build again. But your emails, if you lose that and you lose your membership, you are starting from scratch again. So that's how important that is.
And so we have two sites that we want to share with you. The first being Digital with Nest. And so that leads us into kind of what's next. And I'm going to show you, we've kind of told you, we're telling you about all of these things, but we have something better. We're going to get to that what's better option in just a second. But through Digital with Nest, our concept is you've all taken courses. You can take a course that's going to tell you exactly what you need to do and walk you through the process of doing it. And then it seems there's a disconnect between, first of all, selecting the platform, and then how to utilize the platform and really launch your thing, your course, and put it out. You lose out on that technology support. And so with Digital with Nest, we want to provide a done for you service. If you're like, hey, Chris and Adrian, I love what you're saying, but I don't want to touch technology with a 10-foot pole. I want to teach people how to do whatever, but I don't want to do the tech part. We can do it for you. And that's really not what we're here to talk about tonight, but we'd be happy to talk with you offline about that. we want to also offer a done with you option so that you have the tech support that goes along with, here's the platform that we recommend. Now we're going to walk you through how to use it so that you feel comfortable using it and you have that ongoing level of support that you can ask for help if you need it. So when you go to Digital with Nest, you'll learn a little bit about the platform that we're talking about, which we're going to cover in just a second here as well. And then you'll also see we are having a workshop, and we're doing this messy. We're going to be upfront and honest. I don't know when the workshop's going to be, but stay tuned to your email because we'll be dropping that in your email. We are doing a workshop, though, that's going to teach you how to create that landing page. So how to create that first level of the funnel where you're going to collect your email addresses in exchange for something of value to your ideal client. And we're going to do this with you so that it's not just here, sign up for this platform. Best of luck, go figure it out. And 3 months later, you still haven't figured it out and you don't have your offer out there because you're stuck in technology paralysis. We're going to walk you through doing it so that you can build that landing page and really start to connect and build your email list. Chris, do you have anything to add there before we go into getting groovy?
I think you nailed it on the head. I would love to know from those that are here, please put a 1 in the chat if any of this is resonating with you. Because we'd like to know how, if we're on point or not. So yeah, Renee, Justina, this is great. Good. And I guess put a 1 in the chat if you would like the opportunity for someone to do it for you, or 2 if you'd like someone to help you step you through it. So do it with you. Super. Okay, that is great. So that's the way I feel too. I just want someone to walk me through it. So we absolutely can do that. And like Adrian was saying, we're going to send an email that's got a little offer that we can, that's exactly what we're going to do, is offer you to do something. So back to you, Adrian.
All right. So without any further ado, a little bit of further ado, because I just want to talk for a second again about being messy. Again, I know many of you are new entrepreneurs as well. And Chris and I, a week ago, were talking about doing this. And we're like, well, when are we going to do it? And we said, we're going to do it next Thursday at 8:30. Now, we didn't know we were going to have a technical issue and it was actually going to be 8:40, but you get my drift. Yeah. We knew if we didn't put that on the calendar and hold ourselves accountable to having it done at 8:30 today, that when we met again, we'd say, oh, when are we going to do that webinar? And we'd probably meet the middle of March. When's that webinar going to happen? And it would be a long time before we put it out there. So instead, we're taking that action now. It's not 100% all put together, but we know you love us, or we'll get to love us if you don't yet, and can be patient with us in building that out. And ultimately, we're here to help because for Chris and I, the technology piece comes a little easier than it does for many. And that doesn't mean we don't get frustrated by it. That doesn't mean we don't have a lot to learn as well, but it's a little bit more figure outable, and it's our zone of genius. And we want to help you stay in your zone of genius while we can kind of help you with the technology piece. So for example, I recently helped someone launch a 5-day course and lead into a paid course. And she wouldn't have done that in the time frame that she did if we hadn't worked together to get organized on that 5-day challenge and to get organized on the course. And I'm happy to say there's a membership coming closely behind that course when it finishes. And so it's just providing that accountability and support to people so that they can stay in their zone of genius and we can help you get, again, your ideas out to the world. So now, without any further ado, I want to show you Groove Funnels. So when you go to comegroove.com, and don't worry if you don't want to write that down, but it's comegroove.com. You're going to get that in an email as well. And there's a link to it in the Digital with Nest page. But I wanted to walk you through this page because I think it's important. And the best thing is, as you see here at the top, For a limited time, you can get it for free, and there's not even a credit card required when you sign up. And so, as I mentioned, some platforms offer a free trial, and that might be a 30-day trial, a 14-day trial. Oftentimes you have to put in your credit card and then hope that you remember, 13 days later to call and cancel it if it's not something that you want to continue. How many people have paid a monthly fee beyond the free trial because you haven't called to cancel? And then you're like, oh, I need to cancel that. I feel your pain. I've done it too. So what I love about how this is set up is you don't even need to give a credit card. So if you go to comegroove.com, you can sign up for a free account. What you're going to get in that account is the ability to create 3 full websites. And that website is really all encompassing of your branded web page, the sales funnel, the lead magnet, everything that would go sort of in that product kit or a box. You get 3 of those. So you can have 3 yourbusiness.coms, if you will, and everything that would go within that as well. So at first, when I saw 3 full websites, I guess full should have been something that would have made sense to me, but it didn't at the time. And I thought, okay, so I have my business.com, but then I need a sales funnel. So that's 2. And then I need something else. So that's 3. But it's not. All of that would be under one. All under that one domain is one bucket, one website, and you get 3 of those. You can also set up an affiliate program. So if I'm helping Chris and I'm sharing, we weren't business partners, and I'm helping Chris share her product, she could offer an affiliate fee commission to me in exchange for sharing her product, and that can all be set up within Groove. It is the fastest growing funnel building platform. You can go through this later in terms of watching the video and things, but this is a point I really want to highlight. When we went through the presentation, we talked about all of the things that you'll need to get started with building your business. And many of you have already experienced what that looks like in trying to find the best platform. So when you look at Groove Pages, it really compares with and can take the place of ClickFunnels. Groove Sell takes the place of Samcart. Groove Affiliate takes the place, you can read, so I'm not going to read them all. Groove Member takes the place of Kajabi. So Chris, I know you say this better than I, but I think it's 10 months of Kajabi would pay for the lifetime membership that's currently being offered with Groove Funnels.
Yeah, the current price of Kajabi, the base offering 10 months is slightly more than the lifetime offer with everything from Groove. So to me, that was a no-brainer.
So you see all of these things. Now, as we work down the list, there's some with the asterisk, like Groove Calendar that will replace Calendly, and you see those Groove Streaming will replace StreamYard, and Groove Survey is going to be like a quiz, like our Groove Quiz, like a interact or lead quizzes. And so all of those with the asterisk are coming by the end of the year. And so there's even more coming out, and it's going to really put about 20 apps that you otherwise would be, cha-ching, this one's $10, cha-ching, this one's $19, this one's $150, this one's $99. And you have to learn all of the different platforms and all of the different customer supports and all of the different things. This is all going to be under, or is all under, this one umbrella. So Chris and I actually found this separate from each other. But then as we started to work together and learn more about it and really start to build out sites for ourselves and for others, it's really just been a no-brainer, and we're super excited to be sharing it with you. Again, you can go through the page and check out everything on here, but it does give you everything that you need to sell your products and services online. There is Groove Cart, and Groove Cart is where you would sell your products. So if you're on Etsy or Shopify, you can set up a Groove Cart store and sell your products that way. So it's a very, very robust system. Chris and I are just finishing up about a 6 or 8 week class where we've gotten to be on a first name basis with many of the top people in the company and the developers. And it's really a family I don't know, it just feels like home. It just feels like it's a good company that really has the best interest in their customers, whether it's building your own business or being an affiliate or doing affiliate marketing. It's really just an amazing team.
Yeah, it's really, there are kind of people, which is really nice. We can relate to them. And Mike Filsame, who is the CEO of the company, he has built it not to make himself millions of dollars, but to allow everyone to sort of share in the wealth and be like to distribute that wealth across, because there is an affiliate program. So Adrian, you talked about having affiliates and being an affiliate for your own products, but also there's an affiliate program with Groove itself. And I don't think you touched on that, did you?
No,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Wanted to see if I missed that.
Yeah, no.
So nice on that. Even if you come into the free Groove account, if you bring someone else on through your affiliate link, you'll get 20% commission on that. So you haven't even made an investment. So you could pay for the lifetime just by bringing on a few people, which is quite nice. When you come on to the lifetime, you actually get 40% commission. And then there's secondary commissions as well. And the thing is, it's such an easy thing to share. So we aren't sharing it for the commission side of things. We're sharing it for the ease of use, how together it all is. And it absolutely makes sense for anybody who wants to do a course, sell a physical or digital product.
For sure. So we would invite you again, go to digitalwithnest.com and we'll send this to you in the email. That will tell you a little bit about our upcoming offer where we're going to walk you through how to build the landing page and start to collect your emails. And then comegroove.com will get you to this page that we just went through. At the very least, I would invite you to sign up for your free account, and you can have a look and just check it out. And again, like I said at the beginning, you don't have to give a credit card. So you don't have to be like me and panic in 14 or 29 days or however many days until you'd have to make that first payment, because you don't have to cancel it.
Adrian, let's go full screen and we can do some Q&A. I just saw a question from Jen Chambers asking if you can import an existing domain. Yes, you absolutely can. It's really quite slick in how you can bring it in. So you can actually come in and be hosted on Groove itself, or you can just import a domain name and host elsewhere. So you have that option. Yeah. Did that answer your question, Jen? You're not on screen, so I'll have to look in chat.
Yeah, she said,
perfect. Yeah. That's great.
And Angie, there could be some zapping needed right now, especially with Groove Mail not being completely functional. So for example, right now, and how you all got the emails to come into this webinar, you signed up through a Groove page, clicking on the button that zapped you into Flowdesk that sent you the email with the Zoom link. So you can there's still some zapping for some things depending on the integration, but it's just a lot more seamless when it's all kind of housed under one roof and you don't have too many things to have to integrate.
Yeah.
Feel free to come off mute if you want to ask a question, or you can certainly type it in the chat. I'm just looking up here through the chat too.
Angie, would it be putting you on the spot at all to maybe convey what it was like working with Adrian as she set you up? You don't have to come on screen if you're in your robe.
Oh yeah, I just pressed the start video. Yeah, actually, I am in my robe.
Okay,
that's why I'm not on. But oh my gosh, working with Adrian has been a dream, and yeah, I would never. So I'm the person that Adrian was talking about. She helped me through my 5-day challenge, and now I'm at the start of my 4-week course. There is no way I would have gotten this far without Adrian. And I am so thankful that she could work with me. And yeah, I want to work with her forever. I love Adrian.
You can.
She's amazing in every way. Like, yeah. I can't
Angie's
say enough.
amazing too. It takes one to know one, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, I think that we make a great team, actually. Right?
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
so. Yeah.
So
And where I think that is in our case, Angie had the idea. So if you don't know Angie Bailey, she has calming calligraphy, and you can find her at Angie Bailey Art and Soul on social media, and the calming calligraphy group. And so Angie had this idea for teaching this calming calligraphy course, but it was the technology holding her back from getting it out to all of you. And so we worked together on organizing the 5-day challenge using Trello, which is a topic for another webinar, but organizing the 5-day challenge, getting the emails together to get out in conjunction with that challenge, and then really designing and setting up the sales page for her offer, which is the 4-week calming calligraphy course, and getting that all set up using Groove pages, using Groove Sell, and so people could buy into the 4-week course. And then we'll be using setting up a membership as well. And so it's really been great to see that working relationship of working with the maker that has the idea, working with the person that has the course inside of them ready to get out to everybody, and just being able to provide that technology support to make it happen.
Yes, and thank you for explaining that, because like it's too mind-boggling for me. And when we started working together, I knew what I could do and I knew what I couldn't do, but I had no idea how much more was involved on your end. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, okay, yeah, she's doing this thing and that thing, and yeah, there's no way I could do that. But it was just so much more. It was just like, I only realized the tip of the iceberg, but the amount of work that you put into it. I mean, I told you that time that we were talking on Zoom, and my son, well, actually, no, you sent me a Loom video. So I'm listening to you, and he's like, Mom, are you live? I said, no, I'm listening to a video. And are you working with this person? You better be paying her a lot of money for this. And you know what, like, you are absolutely invaluable to me. And you know what, and I'm not a no tech person, you know what I mean? I'm pretty good, but I know that, I'm limited to what I know at this point. I don't know that I can go any further, but it was exciting for me to learn some things, because I like to learn new things. But all of the stuff that you did, I do not even want to get into it. And every time that I launch, I hope that we work together like nonstop.
Absolutely.
Yes. But if we don't work together nonstop, every time I launch, I want to hire you 100%.
I'm here for you, my friend.
I know, I love you.
Absolutely.
That's not a paid advertisement. So thank you.
Right.
No. Like, this is 100% from the heart.
That's
and
awesome.
And I want to do what I want to do, and like what I'm very good at, and I want to give Adrienne, give that up to her, because she's amazing at all that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So Justina asked, what is the payment system? So do you mean in terms of what people can use to pay for services, or what exactly are you meaning by that?
Like, if you're going to host a membership and they do a recurring payment, do you have to do it through a Stripe or a PayPal, or is there something integrated with the?
So there's Stripe and
channel?
PayPal, and then there's also Groove Pay. So you can set up an account through Groove. Now there is, and you'll see this on that comegroove.com page when you look into signing up for the free account. And then if you transition to the paid account, you pay less of a percentage per transaction. If you have the paid account, you can still sign up for that merchant account. Even with the free version, you just pay a little bit more of a transaction fee if you're using the free Groove versus the paid Groove. So it really takes PayPal and Stripe, and then it also has its own payment system.
Awesome. Cool.
Are there
Good.
any other
Any other
questions?
questions?
Yeah, can I ask? Thank you so much for doing this. It's so nice to
Sure.
meet you all. I was wondering if you had any examples of any sites that were made on Groove, especially like some course platforms. It doesn't have to be any people you know. Do you have any examples just to like look at and see like user wise what it looks like to the user?
So specifically within a membership? Are you talking or?
No. So say I was looking for a course on how to make Indian food, and I find this site that was built with Groove, and I wanted to just like buy that course. Do you have just an example of a site that I could see to see what it's like as a customer?
Sure, let's just continue the conversation here and I will find one and then share my screen just so you're not seeing me like search for it, but I do know where there is one.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
What is nice is, I don't know if I can talk and do this because
Well,
you're good.
I can talk. We can talk about.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're searching for
I
it.
will.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Anybody else would like to ask any other questions? No? Okay, very good. So as Adrian finds the membership platform or course platform, sorry, I hope you guys can't hear the chattiness in the background here. Try to not have my mic too loud so it picks up my mom and my husband.
Oh, no, we don't hear it.
Oh, good.
We just hear you.
Perfect. So, I'm going to ask for some feedback. So of what we've explained to you guys so far, is there anything more you'd like to know from us when we're doing this presentation, or anything that we can go more in depth on? I mean, this is just sort of the initial presentation to kind of, I guess, pique your interest, show you what, get you to start learning who we are and what we're all about in our education is. So, but is there anything that you would have liked to have seen so far? The floor is open and we will not be offended.
Or we'd be open to hearing other topics you'd like to hear about.
Exactly. Yeah. What other challenges do you have?
When you talk about the done with you, it would be for this Groove funnels or whatever it is, correct?
Yeah.
And you would just be going along with us. So almost like training us a little bit on using it while building what we're trying to build. Is that correct?
Ultimately, having you build alongside us. So
Okay.
let's say we decided to do a workshop on building a website. We would talk about all the things that you need to have ready, have you go and do the research on other websites that you like, that you might like to build, get your copy ready, get your images ready. So we would explain to you what you need to do for your imagery to make sure that it's ready to go onto the website. So basically, get that stuff all in place so that we can all meet together and we can start building together. And then that way you're hands-on, you're taking it step by step, you're learning the right way. For instance, when we first started, we just dove in. We didn't watch anything. We just wanted to play. Well, we're grabbing drag handles and pulling things and realizing that we've made a big mess of some things because you don't want to use the drag handles. They actually change up the code. So you want to, you want to use the spacing. And so we've now have a nice, neat and tidy way to kind of put things in a proper protocol and like follow that protocol and you won't have any issues. One thing that I really like that stuck out for me is it's easier to use than WordPress. Significantly easier than WordPress. And I've built a couple of sites in WordPress, but when you build something in WordPress, you're really stuck on platforms. Like you can mobilize it make it mobile ready. So you build it for your computer screen and you can make it mobile ready, but it still doesn't look great. So you might have to manipulate how it looks on your computer for it to look better on the mobile. Well, the nice thing about Groove is you can actually select the mobile and make those adjustments. So it's nice and neat on every single platform, and it does a mobile, a tablet, a laptop, and a bigger screen. So that's really, really nice.
Can I say something, Chris?
Yes,
It's
please.
Angie. So, yeah, so my website is on WordPress, and it's a beautiful website. So I paid somebody to do it, and I paid a lot of money for her to do it. And she did a beautiful job. It looks great desktop and on mobile.
Yeah.
However, I would, when I have to go in to do things like when she taught me how to, upload a blog post or whatever. But if it's something more than that, I have to, I've gone on YouTube to try to figure it out myself. And sometimes I can, but then sometimes it's probably not the best choice because it slows things down. Like, I don't know any of that. So typically I have to call her up and say, hey, I need this and this and this done. And then, then I'm paying again, right?
Exactly.
But with another website, and you know what, like I said, I'm pretty good with learning things, but something simpler would have been a lot better. And I don't know if it's worth it for me to switch over at some point so that I'll be able to do more myself. I don't know if it'll be worth it, but I definitely consider it.
Yeah, and it's easy. We can transfer your site over from WordPress.
Is that right?
That's not a problem. And the nice thing is then you can stop those costs there and just go to one platform.
Yes.
And yeah, then we can help you. I mean, I could help you on the WordPress site, but Adrian and I don't want to, we want to stay focused on Groove because we truly see the value behind it.
Right.
So I don't want to divide my attention to learning more about WordPress anymore because it has stayed quite static. It has made a lot of progression. It's allowed other people to make progression, Divi and Elementor to create builders to make it easier, but WordPress hasn't done that. And so that's sort of one thing I don't think that they want. They don't want our business bad enough because they're not actually trying to do anything. So that's why everything that I've seen on Groove, it's just so much simpler. Yeah. And we can show you how to make those changes. Sorry, Adrian.
No, that's okay. I could just add to that. People ask me, like, is Groove intuitive and is it easy to use? And what I can say is I've tried to build a WordPress site and just got confusion and pulled my hair out. And I'm obviously a tech interested and educated person. I can sit down and figure out Groove. And yes, there's some nuances that you need to learn. And yes, it is in beta. And so there's a little bit of bugginess and whatnot, but it's gotten so much better since I bought in the end of June to now. And it's only going to get better as time goes on. And I feel like I could sit down and make something happen with it, where with WordPress, it just caused me confusion. With even Squarespace, I've built sites in Squarespace, but it's just not quite as intuitive. And none of those sites, my first site I used on a platform called Show It, and I loved Show It, but you can't do the sales funnel piece, and it doesn't have the email, and it doesn't have, there's so much that's just of a more robust nature in this one platform. And to Catherine's question, I found a couple of sites that I can share. I'll just go ahead and share my screen. And these are all people that I don't know, but there's in the Groove Facebook group, there was a post where people could promote their sites. And so here's one option, obviously, like a nutrition coaching person. So she's built out her page here, and then you can book a consultation with her. What I liked about this site is she has her coaching. She has her membership portal, where when you click on the membership portal, now we don't know the username and password, so we can't get in, but it would log into that and you could get into the portal. I can tell you, in building out a membership, you can make it look very nice. You can customize the colors, you can add your logo, you can add a video, you can put documents in, you can have links to different things, you can have PDFs that people can download. There's also a lot of customization within the membership. So say you have a course that's 8 modules. you can decide, do you give all 8 modules at once to the person? Is it dripped out over a timeline that you say? So every week they get the next module. Is it dripped out upon completion of module 1, they instantly get access to module 2? So you can control the parameters of that and let people have access to that course as you want them to. So there's one example of a website. Here's another one. Do you want to increase the distance off the tee? If you're a golfer, you can see here that you can have a countdown timer. This worked nicely with Angie's site when we built her launch. We counted down as her early bird bonuses were expiring, and then we counted down as her cart was closing. So again, you give your first name, email, you can download this ebook that he has on, I don't know if we have any golfers in the group, and so he's customized all of this. Now, maybe I'd question some of the spacing and whatnot. I just wanted to give you a general overview of some site options. So there's one there. And then this last site I absolutely love. And this is somebody that's putting together a subscription box. And so she has a care package bundle, and she's made this on Groove. You get 12 care package ideas and printables. And I just love what she says, packed with love. So you can send out the labels, stickers, gift tags. So she has her price there. Again, she has the countdown. Often with a countdown, like it's, this is a limited time offer and then it's available for 42 days. So that maybe doesn't make me want to go and purchase right away. But it's nice how she has it. I love how she has kind of the sprinkles in the background, and just to give you kind of the look and feel that you can create, you can really brand it to what your needs are. And I think she did a really nice job with this site. So does that help, Catherine, in terms of what you can do and kind of different ways that you can use the platform?
Yeah, thank you so much for pulling those up.
Sure.
Can I ask one other question as
Absolutely.
well? While I'm unmuted. How does video hosting work on the platform?
So you can, I'm just going to stop this share here. You and Chris, you can step in here as well. You can share YouTube and Vimeo videos. You can also use Groove Video. And with Groove Video, it's not so much like a hosting, like now I have Groove Video, I can host hundreds of thousands of, you get a limited amount, but it's a large, I don't want to say the number and speak out of turn, but it's a lot. You'd have to be really having this robust video library to use all of what they give you.
Yeah.
What's really cool about the Groove Video platform is you can add a call to action within your video. You can also, once Groove Mail is fully functional, you can set up your video so that once somebody watches a certain time, if they only watch the first 15 seconds of your video, you can send them an email related to that. If they watch the full video, you can send them an email related to that. So there's really going to be, again, once Groove Mail is online, a lot of customization opportunity within the video platform as well.
Yeah. But adding a video to your website or to any landing pages or something is dead easy. It's an embed code. So it's a lot nicer than what you'd have to do, say, on the likes of WordPress, where you'd have to host it on, let's say, Vimeo or YouTube, and then take that link and put it in, or directly upload it and instantly slow down your site. So that's a big win in my eyes. Yeah.
And you'll see on the Digital with Nest, we do have a little video that I take you on a little tour through Groove. If Justina was taking you on the tour for Groove, she'd probably be like jamming to some 70s groovy hits. I feel like I'm not quite that exciting. I need a little Justina to help me out with that. But we take a little walk overview through in about 5 minutes through the Groove platform, so you can get an idea of it and you can see how that video is embedded on the page. It's pretty seamless.
Yeah, it's a nice little tour. So hopefully you guys will all take maybe 7 minutes or so of your time to take a walk through that. And that is at digitalwithnest.com. Yeah. So if there aren't any more questions, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. Kim,
In
I'm so sorry
closing-
you've arrived at the very end. But this recording is going to go on to our new Facebook page. On the digitalwithnest.com, at the very first button at the top is a link to our new Facebook page, which is Digital with Nest. Yeah, it's create, market, and sell online course community. So we
And we were saying earlier, if you join now, you'll be one of our OGs, because right now we're 13 members in. So you can sign up for the Create, Market, and Sell online course community and be an OG member.
Woo woo! Thank you so much for coming out and for also being patient with our slow start. We have to figure out how that happened. But hey, that's technology. We got to roll with the punches.
Absolutely. Thank you for sticking with us and coming on. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can find us again on Digital with Nest on Instagram, Facebook, and in our new Facebook community. We'd certainly love to hear from you, and stay tuned to your inbox, because you're going to get the email with the links and with a link to this video in case you want to watch or share it with somebody. And then we will also be sharing more about our upcoming offer. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Christina.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All righty. Thank you much.
Good.